Howdy y'all, this is Mike from Long Adventures 360, and today I'm going to be doing my review. I know I've talked about this before if you guys have seen my other videos, but today I'm going to give you my review on my 2006 Ford Mustang. It's a GT with a 5-speed manual, and I've been driving this thing for about 2 months now, and I am very happy with it. And mind you, and you have to take into account that I was not a Ford guy. I was hardcore into Mopar. I loved Mopar. I loved, a friend of mine had a 2007 era Daytona, I think it was. And it had some aftermarket parts, and it was amazing. The ride was amazing. I absolutely loved everything to do with that car. And, he moved away, and he actually, a great guy, he let me use that car to get my driver's license, take my test in. And, admittedly, I failed the parallel parking in that vehicle because it's a boat. Anyway, I've done, when I bought this, it wasn't stock. Well, it was mostly stock. It had a shift kit, aftermarket shift kit, short shift kit. It had, I think that's about it. I replaced the shifter knob. I know it's great improvement. I mean, total horsepower gains with that one. I removed the mufflers because I just like this thing straight piped. This thing sounds so great, and it's so loud, which a lot of people, are like, you're stupid, you're gonna get pulled over, a ticket, whatever. It's whatever. I don't care. I mean, it's not loud enough how it is to be over the decibel limit in this area. So it doesn't bother me. Now, I can't tell you for sure if the exhaust is stock. I don't think it is, but it might be. Now, another thing, pros and cons about this car. I love how it feels. I love how it turns. It hugs corners. If you want to do burnouts, there's a button for it that I think it should have been changed. It's a traction control system button, or TCS, and I really think it should say for burnouts, turn off. That's what it should say, because this thing, I don't know if it's the tires I have, or the power that this thing has. It breaks loose tires like nothing. Nothing stops them. They start spinning, and they'll spin, and they'll spin, and they'll spin. And another thing I like about this car is it's all stock, mind you, and it's got great braking, great handling. The interior feels amazing. It's soft. The suspension is not too rough. But it's a sports car, and I'd like it to actually be a little stiffer, if you ask me. It does, one thing I've noticed from taking the mufflers off is it does drone. It drones a lot. Now, I don't mind it. I really like it, actually, because I like to hear that big, muscly V8. This is the first muscly V8 that I've ever had, but I can see where people could run into the issue where it's just too loud, it's too annoying. I get it. I really do. And my thing is, if that's a preference for you to be more quieter, they make exhaust systems for that. And it's not super expensive. They make mufflers for that. And it's not super expensive. And there's a great community around these cars, or around Mustangs in particular. Like, I've I've met a lot of the guys in my local Mopar club, and I don't really like them. They're not, again, I live in a Navy city, or a Navy town, and a lot of people here don't stay. They don't stick around, they don't make friends here because they're going to leave soon, and I understand that. But you don't have to be an asshole. And I found with a lot of Mustang guys that, yeah, they're assholes to other drivers. I tend to be one myself. And it's more the fact that, you know, most of the people who buy these cars are around the age of 18 to 25. I bought my car with no help. It was actually fairly easy to do so. And it's a great car for me. It's not my first car, but I was glad to trade in. You know, I got $100 for my beater that I had before this, and I'm fine with that. That's not a big deal. So, you know, I'm content with this car in every which way. I love it for what it is. I don't. There's a few things I don't like about it. The things. And I hear this a lot about people who do reviews on this car, and these vents that this car have are just garbage. They feel like they're just going to break off in your hand. They feel like you can just rip them off. They don't stay open. Like if you turn your air on full blast, it blows them shut, which is very counterproductive, to say the least. Another thing I like about this car is they have, going back to the parts, I completely went off from what I was talking about. Another con I have about this car is I've driven one of these with a manual, with a normal shift, and it's, you come so close in like first, second, and fifth gear. Your hands are right there, you know, at the buttons, and for some people, they say they've had issues pressing buttons or changing the radio station while they're shifting, and they hate that. And I understand, like that really does suck, and a lot of vehicles do that. So that's not really something to say against this one car. That's more of a manufacturer thing. I've driven. I have a '96 Ford Bronco. That's the same thing. So I understand where people are coming from with that, and with this car, it is an issue. I don't like a lot of the tacky leather on the e-brake, but I like it. It looks better, or it looks worse without it, but it looks bad with it, in my opinion. I like the dual exhaust that this one has, and the clutch in these things feel amazing. Sorry, I'm going all over the place, but it's really kind of hard to find something I don't like about this car, because there's a lot about it that I like. There's one thing that I do have to say on the top dash area. Good luck getting a camera mount or a phone mount to stick to it. Nothing sticks to this this uppermost deck area, I guess you call it, or something, whatever you call it. The upper dash area. It's super slick. It's super nice. It hardly ever gets dirty. But if you wanted to put a car mount up, or a phone mount up here, good luck. It won't stick 9 times out of 10. Anything on the mirror, on the window, it's so small on these cars that it's almost anything other than the rearview mirror ends up becoming a vision hazard. It makes things very hard to see out of putting anything up there. And another thing I will say bad about this car is it also has very, very, very bad blind spots. Cars seem to, if you don't have your mirrors set up just right, your cars will disappear behind you. And, that's a very big issue. about this car. I do, in my personal opinion, I'm not paid by anyone to say anything. Hell, I only have 9 fucking followers. So, I give this car 10 out of 10. If you stayed this long and like to see more reviews, I will be coming out with a 2017 or 2018 Ford F-150 review. My reviews kind of are just generally anyone who would let me drive them and talk about their car. So, yeah. Y'all have a nice day. Please go ahead and check out my Instagram and all that stuff. Will be in the link down below. If you like what you saw, if you have any suggestions on what can make it better.